Okie dokie. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Turn that music down a little bit. I'm gonna be doing some drawings here. Apologize for the wait. Just wanted to move my camera so it was a little bit easier. Last time I was using my phone's camera and that actually ended up being not the best quality, so switched up to an SLR and I figured we'd do a drawing today. Otherwise I wasn't going to be playing some Warframe, but I don't know, Warframe's kind of repetitive and I didn't really want to play that for a few hours straight. So figured we'd do some quick drawings. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. I know it's been snowing here in Erie. I figured we can do some snow scenes. I don't know, maybe something with mountains, something in that area, but let's just go right into it. As of right now, I just gotta think about what I want to draw, or how I want to start it. So we're gonna just start filling up some clouds, actually. The usual basic whenever I can't think of anything, just start drawing some clouds. As of right now, they don't really need to take any specific shape. We just need to know where they are. As we get further into it, then we can add some more shading, add some more depth to it. But as of right now, we just need to sort of have a feeling of where these clouds are going to be. Oh jeez, I realize that it's super dark and I don't have any light on here. Let me see if I can... see if I can brighten up the right side, or the left side, so you can see what I'm actually drawing. Alright, as I'm doing that, we'll just finish darkening up these clouds a little bit. Stream lighting, does that help? A little bit. Alright, and now as that's starting to get a little bit darker, I wasn't really paying attention to it too much. Alright, as those are starting to get a little bit darker, we're still going to be following the same pattern, but we're going to do a little bit of a lighter shading, just to get these all connected together. I'm saying, Mark, this looks so stupid. You have absolutely no idea what you're doing. So yeah, you're kind of true there. Or you're kind of right there. But as long as I'm happy drawing it, that's all that really matters. So I'm just sort of filling these in to get these clouds kind of connected. Honestly, it really doesn't matter what it ends up looking like. It's just whatever I want it to look like. Again, I'm using a single color black pen, so it's a little bit difficult. That's why it helped doing these first clouds, to get them a little bit darker, so whenever we do the shading, we don't have to hear it, or we don't have to see it. The music's jamming. You joining in on some Fallout tonight? I very well might be. Are you streaming it or something along those lines? Alright, keep darkening these, keep shading it a little bit. And then I'm gonna lightly shade this area because I don't want it to really seem too dark. Again, we're just starting out here. We don't even really know what we want to draw. There's some storm clouds coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming as well as splash screen as well. Yeah, I don't see why not. For some reason I feel I read something about Fallout going on tonight, or yesterday or something like that, like they did an update or a small micro patch, or I feel something's going on there recently. I don't know exactly what. I didn't really read into it. I was going to before the stream, but then I realized my scheduled time was 3:30 and not 4:30, so I actually kind of rushed into streaming today, not gonna lie. But that's why it took me so long. I wanted to get my camera stuff ready, wanted to eat some food, so I was devouring some fries. So I'm going to do a shade a little bit like 30 degrees the other way, just so this can be a little bit darker. Then we're going to spiral this, and you're going to see these clouds pop. Look at that. They're just coming out of this paper. And now it actually looks like these clouds aren't just like blobs on a black sheet or a white sheet of paper. It seems like they actually kind of belong here. Let's see if I can fix that focus a little bit. I think my lens just dirty. Or maybe it's just overexposed. Let's fix that. Ooh, I like that. Still a little dark. There we go. And then I think I should be able to zoom in better. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a ticket. Our f-stop was killing us on it. It doesn't really help that I am right-handed, so you always see it like this. I should probably have the camera on the other side. I'll work on that. We have 2 new people that are starting out, so yeah. Is Walker playing? I know he wanted to sort of play some Fallout. So I'm gonna start filling this out a little bit more. Sorry, that was a little redundant. I'm gonna start shading this a little bit more, just so it flows down into this. I said I wanted to do some snow, so I'm gonna think about, you know, we're gonna do one of the roads that I have. Yeah, I don't know. I know Walker. Sweet. I'm glad you got your new computer. I know that Walker, or what Sir was trying to do was get Walker across the entire map as a new player, and that's why he built that new place next to all those fissure sites. Still find it funny here in Erie. Oh yeah, gotta love it. But I'm gonna draw something actually from Seven Springs area, towards Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. I know that there's this one main road that you gotta go down there, or you gotta drive through, and there's just beautiful mountains. And honestly, I don't remember it too much, but I'm gonna put on a nice little interpretation. Absolutely ruined. Absolutely ruined. I think there was a... oh yeah. Something like that. Just so we can get our shapes right. And there's another little mountain. Mountains honestly can be any shapes you want it to be. So, whenever you're drawing them, they can just sort of, you know, exist. You see how that is? That's a really awful looking mountain. But any mountain can look however it wants to look, so it doesn't really matter. So I guess these, we're getting there, Yo, Walker will be here tonight. Good old Johnstown. Yeah, they better for sure. You've been finding apartments. Oh jeez. I'm finding an apartment. I'm so glad I don't have to move. I did that 3 times last summer, and it was one of the worst things I honestly could have ever done. I don't know. I think if I get a new job, I might end up having to move, but as of right now, I don't want to do that. Alright, so we got these mountains in place. Our next step is to figure out where our light is going to be coming from. Do we want it to be up from up here, back here? Honestly, the easiest way that I know of is we're just going to do something like up here-ish. So that means we're going to be doing shading pretty much all on the opposite side. And then we're just going to let these mountains roll. But honestly, I kind of did these backwards. But we're going to see how that works out. So we're going to be shading all these opposite sides here. Moving to Arizona. From Texas to Arizona. I can't even imagine that. I thought about moving from Erie to San Diego. And like, the thought of just moving across the state bothered me. Yeah, dang. Would not be able to do that at all. shading this again a little bit more. I just want to fill in the left side of these mountains just enough. We're also going to be filling in the right side, but the left side is where all the shadow comes from. So as long as that's darker than the other side, it's going to look right. Or at least hopefully, kind of right. I just need to get these all filling in. I'm not even worried about the bottom of the picture yet. I'm just worried about these mountains. Oh dang. I appreciate you hanging out, Acid. It's definitely more fun talking to people than sitting here and drawing to myself. I typically just talk about peace and how everybody can do this if they really wanted to. It's a good stress reliever. So if you didn't know you could draw, you know you can draw lines. And like for me, I personally have body tremors, so like I kind of shake all the time. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just gotta be whatever you want. As long as it makes you happy, that's all that's kind of cool about it. I made a handful of drawings that made me happy. And even at the same time, there's like a handful of I don't know, handful of drawings that I wasn't too happy with that I show people and they're like, hey, that's pretty neat. And for me, that was pretty cool. It actually made me feel like I could achieve something. Like I'm actually making something with my time. And I've been streaming here for 37 minutes. I know 10 minutes of that, 20 minutes of that, 15 was me getting ready. And this is all that it took. It's just a handful of lines and, you know, just kind of knowing what to do. You know, just going top to bottom, understanding where your light is, drawing the darkness, and then everything just kind of appears. A little bit difficult. Actually, I have another light real quick. I'm going to turn that on and see if that helps. I'm going to put that there just to see where we are. That did not help at all. Alright, let's turn down this. I'm glad you're liking it. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a light or something for over here. Actually, I got a pretty good idea. Let's do that real quick. Got an old cell phone. Let's say, why not? Let's see if we can make this into a little light so everyone can see. Just gotta figure out how to keep it up. This might work. At least help a little bit. Thanks, Walker. I appreciate it. Does that help a little bit? It helps a little bit. Well, alright. So we got those shadings all done. I want to make sure these mountains are nice and dark, especially on the base lines here. I just want to make these mountains pop. Of course my phone turned off, or the light turned off. That's okay. Just want to make sure we're just going to put a little horizon here, just for continuity. Alright, this is coming along. Honestly, I can't see if the camera is like in focus or if it's scaled wrong, scaled weird. It looks like it's in focus as it can be. Yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna shade these in a little more. Now that these mountains have popped, we want these clouds to still exist. All you see is my hand. I'm trying to think of a way to make it so you don't just see my hand in a shadow. Most ideal would to have a light on the other side. Let's switch this up to something chill instead of EDM. Alright, now that we got these mountains pretty much all shaded and where they need to be, we're gonna start just rolling them out. Absolutely ruined right here. Absolutely ruined. Oh, I did not shade this much at all. Yeah. Filling it up. Going in a little bit. Do it the other way just to give it this mountain a little more feeling. Alright. Shade this a bit more, and then we're going to do the opposite stroke, more of a rounded stroke, just to give the feeling of some trees or mist here. Eventually I think I'm going to put some trees here, but as of right now I'm not too sure. I'm just going to keep rolling this, and I'm going to do the same stroke, but just sort of the same direction. Pulling those mountains down. Yep. Let's fix that camera real quick. I'm gonna be doing this the entire time, just constantly fixing it. Just because I want it to be perfect. We don't need it to be maybe that'll help. We'll see. Yeah, so we're just gonna be drawing this along. Awesome. So these mountains are kind of doing the same thing. Because I think they're kind of on a cliff, but we're gonna be changing our mind because I think the grass and all the foliage is gonna be going this way. So these can still be pulled down. More this way though. Now we need to start making some decisions. You know, these mountains and trees, or these mountains and clouds haven't been that difficult. It will be difficult. So if we wanna, it's what we wanna do with this space here. We wanna fill that up, so I think what we're gonna have to do, I'm just honestly biding for time. Because I know I'm gonna have to do this as well later. Well, I know on the side of here there's always a bunch of trees, so we're gonna, alright, you know, confidence moment, right through it. And put it like right here. Oof. Not too bad. We're gonna make her a little thick. That's gonna be a nice little tree. It's just gonna have the top of it popping out. And then we're gonna be doing like half circle strokes here, or curved strokes. You know, nothing too crazy. I can't do it too well on the left side, so it's a little bit more difficult for me. But as we start making this darker and start filling it out, you'll see how cool this is. And then we'll add a few of them, and then that'll be it. Gotta fill it up a bit more. We're just creating volume now. Again, I can't do it too well going this way, but I can do it just fine going that way. You'll have to bear with me. But, you know, trees don't grow symmetrically, that word, you know? You know, just like people, we're all supposed to be somewhat the same on both sides, but in reality we aren't, so, you know, who tells trees that they need to be perfect? I know in my world, my trees aren't going to be perfect. Alright. And then I'm going to be adding more, same kind of stroke, just a bit more down rather than sideways, to give it a bit more volume. And then we'll have our first tree in here, real quick. It only took a minute or so. See, if we had paint or different colored pens, you can really make these pop. But like, out of nowhere, that only took a minute or so. What's even cooler is we can just make that super dark so you can see the street exist. And then I'm just gonna make these outer parts a little bit darker. And then, you know, most things grow in 2s and 3s out in nature, so we're gonna put another one right next to them. Ooh, getting there. And I don't know if we wanna just make this like ooh, give myself a nice little paper cut there. Gotta watch yourself around notebooks, they're dangerous. Especially ones you can draw on, you tend to move your hands around. Alright, so we got that little tree there. I don't know, a little stump, you know? I was thinking we can just make it like a little dead tree, but let's see what we can do there. Let's see if we can have this just be like a super dead. If not, then we can just fill it in. It's no big deal. I learned from my experience. Wanted to try it out, and it didn't work out. Either draw over it, or, you know, I could grab a new piece of paper and do that again, but that's no fun. Ooh, I'm feeling that paper cut. I'm just gonna add some little burrs, little branches coming out of these branches. I don't know if that works or not. Kind of. Yeah. I think we need to add a bit more brush or something down here. Get some feeling. Now I kind of want that to go like this. So these guys are going to be up on a little stoop, and there's going to be a bunch of little trees there. Shouldn't be too bad. One sec. Just looking for my little addiction distractor, or addiction satisfier. Cigarettes are bad. It's been about 13 months since I've last smoked a cigarette, and I am feeling great. I want to join the vape train, but would recommend. Alright, so we have these two trees here. This other side over here is probably feeling a little lonely. I think we might want to put in some rocks or some other cool things. Honestly, let's just put in a little rock or... yeah. Rocks don't have to be any shapes, just like mountains, just like people. Oh, there we go. Seems legit. Absolutely ruined. Absolutely ruined right there. Just ruining everything. But in reality, we made this a more complete picture. Once we, start darkening this up, add in a little bit more texture, make this ground fill in. And we also want to add in some shading similar to the mountains. I don't know if you can see that, but we just want to do the same thing, white on the right, darker on the left, just so we can see the same kind of shadows. Alright, that doesn't look too bad now. That kind of just looks like a awkward looking plant or rock or something. I guess at the same time we probably need some other rock here just to liven up the atmosphere. Can't have one rock living alone. That'd be too mean. All rocks gotta have buddies. Let's darken it up so it doesn't look like a plant. Alright, that's looking better. I'm digging it. I am digging it. So, I kind of wanted a little overwatch, or overhang here, just to give this, same with on this side, just like on the side of the road, it's like a little place for, I don't know, how do I put it? Little place that the road is dug down into to give it a little bit of depth. We're just going to be doing same little circular curve strokes. These ones are going to be a bit more straight while we're starting it, just so we can figure out what we're doing. Not too bad. As we get a little bit closer, it's up to you if you want to add a little bit more or a little bit less to show a little bit of depth. Honestly, it's up to you. It's your drawing anyways. For this side, I'm going to be doing the same thing, but a bit more to the right with a bit more curve, so it doesn't actually, so it actually seems like there's something hanging over it. Digging it. Make these a little darker. Alright. Now, I think I should probably do something similar on this side than I should. Now that this side's dark, you can see that it looks down, but this side it kind of looks like a beach or a little ocean or something like that. So I'm going to be doing similar strokes. I want to make sure my pen is at like a 45-degree angle, so it's just like shading it, rather than just being so dark you can't see it, or that's all you see. Just gonna fill in these spaces by the rocks. I'm digging that. I think that looks pretty good. And we've only been doing this for about a half hour now. I think it's time to get it all finished up. And a bit more shading around the mountains. These guys. A bit darker. These mountains roll. Shade all this. Alright, now we do have this little side here as well as well here and here and here. But, you know, I don't know what we should put there. In the middle part I was honestly thinking a road to begin with. But I don't know if it'd be good with like a little walking path or some water or some fields or something like that. We'll figure it out. Let's go with a road. Like a nice little dirt road. A single lane dirt road. Let's just darken all these lines here just so we can see where it started. Sweet. Got the road going. Add a little bit of texture. I just want to add texture along the sides to give it a little bit more feeling. This is made out of dirt anyways. So if it's going to be dirty, it needs to look dirty. Honestly, let's put a little tunnel down on the end. You know, I noticed that our little space here is a little big and it doesn't look right, so I'm gonna put in another mountain right here in the background. Oh, that's a beautiful mountain. Look at that. Look at that. Darken it up on the left like usual. And fill that in. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. No light on the other side of the tunnel. Add in a little bit of brush here just to give it some feeling. And the same with this side over here. Give it some texture to fill up this space. Cool. Darken this up. We gotta make this look perfect. Not perfect. I'd say it's honestly a pretty good picture for what we were able to do in about 45 minutes. I'm just really happy that I was able to, spend some time with some people here just to see what we're doing, draw some pictures. It's honestly pretty helpful. If anybody would be able to let me know how the quality of the image actually looks, personally I'm not too sure. Because it looks kind of fuzzy on here, but at the same time can't I don't really know. Just double check it real quick. Oh yeah, that looks pretty scaled. Oh, I have you guys here. I'll be taking a look and see what I can do. Excuse me. Oh. Give me 1 second. I figured it out. That looks very, yeah. Looks very bad. Let me fix that. That looks like straight garbage. Our drawing looks nice. Let's be real here. Alright. That looks a little bit better. Doesn't look a little scaled. It actually looks like what we drew. Something like that. Something like that. I don't know if we want to do another drawing real quick. It's up to you guys. I'm gonna hit my addiction real quick. That wasn't too bad. Only took like 45 minutes. It's up to y'all if we want to draw another one, or if we want to do anything else along those lines. No, I might draw another one. I kind of have an idea for another one. Yeah, why not? Again, same sort of concept. Start up on top, just drawing in our clouds. Just drawing for shape, just to see where they are. Yeah, I don't know. Do we? I have an idea. Yeah. We're gonna have these be like nimbus clouds, good old rain clouds. You know, could be snowing, could be raining, could be hurricaning. There's clouds up there. Say, wow, those look really stupid. Say, wow, I know. That's why we just keep drawing them. Get them a bit darker and darker and darker and darker until they start creating shapes we didn't even know we could make. So as that's happening, we're going to start shading in the other parts. This is too height for me. Doing these top parts. So as we're shading this, the rest of the cloud is getting, I don't know, isn't sticking out as much. So that's why we're going to start filling it in a little bit more. Which isn't anything too bad. We just got to remember to do it. Looks like somebody just got home. Good old puppy's barking. Yup. So we're shading this a bit more. We're going to see how quick we can do this. Not that we're in a rush, it's just that, you know, as we get better and better, we want to try and challenge ourselves and get better. Alright, I think that looks like a storm cloud. Start shading it a little bit more down here. Storm's gotta be storming. Alright, and then good old confidence moment. Here's our horizon. Again, I can't really draw straight or hold my hand straight for more than a second. So, you know, really whatever you want to do. Darker and darker and darker. I guess we're using a single color. Alright. That's a pretty big cloud. We got the horizon there. And then I think I'm gonna just put on some waves. There we go. Wow. What waves? I have to do the same thing. We're going to have a wave that was just crashing right here. And just finished crashing. That's what this looks like, don't you think? Not yet. Alright, we'll get there. Just gonna fill that in. Do the same thing kind of all the way down. So they kind of feed together. And then you can start seeing the waves just appearing. Easy peasy. And then, you know, the good old underside of it too. Same deal with this guy here. You're going away because it's pushing away the water. It's probably going to be doing something like that. There we go. Now that actually looks like some oceans. I just want to make it, I don't know, make it work. Does everyone think? I know we should put something in the background. Any ideas? Want to try and get some, I don't know, I could always put an island or a cabin there, but I feel that's a bit too easy. And then, as far as these waves go, you want to start doing a circular pattern around there to pretty much add like there's a bunch of splash coming up. You'll start seeing it once you add more shading to it. But it just gives you a place to connect all the shading, actually. Kind of do the same thing. Just run lines along the way you have the water going, and then you'll also kind of do a circular texture just to give it some sort of shading to it. And give some depth to it. And then we'll also do the same thing on the other side. Nothing too crazy. You want to make sure you have that curve going on. These waves are crashing, now it's just flat. And then as that's happening, you can start putting these little splash parts a little further down your picture. Fill it up. Yeah, that looks like waves. I've never seen two waves just kind of splash over each other like that, but yeah, close enough. And we're gonna kind of do the same thing out here. Out in the water there isn't that much commotion, so you just kind of want to add a little bit of texture. You don't want to go too crazy, especially whenever it comes to distant water, because a lot of times you can't see too many details. And whenever you're doing it in a single color of pen, yeah, I think I might have done it a little bit too much, so we might have to like fully shade this and then lighten it up. Just I was hoping I'd be able to save all the light here, but it doesn't look like I'll be able to do that. There's just too much noise now. So we're gonna just actually darken up the horizon. So whenever it comes up to here, there isn't nearly as much commotion. Shade this too. Lightly shaded. We're going with the way the water's going to be flowing. And then up here, we're close to the water, we're going to be doing a light shade. No heavy lines, just barely scraping. That's going to give it some texture, some feeling, and actually just make your picture feel like it was, you know, somebody put some time into it. It looks like people are home. That's okay. Just the good old hardwood floors, and dogs make a lot of noise. But I can't complain. I'm gonna darken up this water here, just so we can actually see the waves falling. And we're gonna do something like a bit more of like a side stroke like that towards just the top of it, so we can feel like the waves are just falling over. Doesn't that look good? Now that these waves are falling over, they need some splash down here. Same deal, but really big. Don't be afraid to cover what you already have. These splashes can be huge. Just don't forget to do a little bit of the right side, or the left side, if you're facing this way. So if you forget this little part here, it's not going to make too much sense. And you're going to just kind of do the same circular pattern all around where they crash. Or, you know, kind of around where they crash. doesn't have to be the same. Be little spots that are have a bit more mist. Some spots that don't. We'll just fill it in. Yeah, I think we need something in the background though. If anybody's watching, let us know. Oh yeah, I'm seeing that on camera. That does not look good. We need to get this going. We're not actually seeing the waves itself. It just kind of looks like lines. So we need to darken these up. That's the fun about drawing. You can't really tell until you look at it from a different angle. Oh no, the thing that I'm missing is up here. It doesn't seem like there's any splashing going on. So it just looks like they're just floating. As in, these are way too dark and the foreground is way too bright. Yeah. Just need to darken all these up. Make these waves a lot more apparent. Like that. Oh yeah. I think that looks kind of better. We're getting there. See, I don't really like this here. But you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it to a beach. There we go. There's our beach. Unfortunately, on our beach here, it is storming. There's not too much going on here. Oh, that was also my problem with making waves. I wasn't pulling them up. I wasn't showing the underside of them. They're just big waves. Or I was just showing those. I wasn't showing them being built like that. There. That looks so much better. I guess the one thing that I learned here is that if you ever want to make waves, you gotta make sure you start somewhere. You start at a solid base, and then they just sort of appear. It's pretty sweet. I don't know, but at the same time, this could totally be like a agricultural, like, den or something like that. Like, just like row homes or like row greenhouses. It's literally the only thing I can think of. As weird as that is. Alright, I said I was gonna make this a beach. That means that we're gonna have to do a little pull up here. And just a little bit of texture. We do need to figure out where we're going. Alright. Moment of truth. Alright. There's one. Sorry, I just can't really see it myself. There's two. There's gonna be nice little palm trees here. The thing is that, being that this area is so dark, we just gotta make these even darker. Now these palm trees might have been here for a while. I bet that water's been there for longer though. Honestly, you're just drawing right over what you did before. Don't worry, it'll look just fine. It'll look great because you did that. Look at that. Now that doesn't look stupid at all, I swear. Now I thought about putting a little island here, putting a little storm, or let's do the storm first. Add a little bit of circular patterns at the top-ish, so it doesn't seem like it's just, those lines are just appearing. Makes it seem like there's an actual bottom to the cloud. Alright, there's the storm. Which isn't too bad. We're just gonna double out the shade. I looked at the camera and I realized that that was not dark enough. We need to make it darker. Alright, that looks better, except up here. Alright, now we got all this rain. What are we gonna do with it? Just adding side shading, so I'm putting some textures and shit. It's the first time I swore on this stream. I'm getting good at it. Alright, I'm just filling this in a little bit. How long have we been doing this? About 23 minutes? 26 minutes? For most people, this is pretty much done. I think the only thing I might want to do is, if anybody here, if anybody's ever watched SpongeBob, I think I might try and put a little house that they have right at the entrance here, or right at the, oh, excuse me, right in the little storm here. We gotta make sure it's right shape. Something like that. Something like that? Yeah. Might be a bit too big. In comparison to the storm, it's a little big. But I don't think anybody would be opposed to us putting a few palm trees on there. Just gonna give this tree a friend. Draw it in there. Palm trees are pretty easy. You just give them some coconuts. Typically I'll typically up, down, left, and right. And then one in the center. And then they just appear. And then we can put like a little treasure chest or something up here. On our little deserted island. It really doesn't fit in, but textures there. Let's this around it. Textures around here because this is all wet now. And I think we have a drawing. Oh, that was fun. It's been a good hour and a half. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Remember to join me down on my social media down below me. We got Instagram, YouTube, and Mixer. And then I also have my Discord. Come join the dudes at Mark's Dudes Discord. Link down below. Hit the little big thing Discord button or hit exclamation point Discord in the chat. Should be doing a few more drawings lately. Or more. And then yeah, I'll be doing a few more drawings in the future, and then I'm gonna be playing Fallout 76 with the Splash Screen Gaming crew tonight. I host them on this channel, or you can check it out at Splash Screen Gaming on Twitter, or on Twitch or YouTube. As of right now, I'm gonna call it. I appreciate you all hanging out. Thank you. Namaste. Have a great one.